in body, in spirit, where it's not just a Sunday kind of faith, it's an everyday lifestyle. Go for it.
Welcome to In Body, In Spirit. I'm Ebony Funderburk, your host, and we are here for one of the, a bittersweet moment. This is the final episode for our show. We are wrapping up an incredible season. It's been an awesome year, and we are here to celebrate. And I am here with one of my favorite co-hosts, Dr. Fagans. Can you believe that we're wrapping up this year?
I know, it has been such a great season, Ebony. It was an awesome first season, and the show has really grown over the time period. I'm just really excited. The producer, Kashiba K. Solomon, did a great job of producing the show. It was great.
Well, I tell you what, we have had some memorable moments. I mean, we started out with one camera at last year, August, at GMWA right here in Nashville, Tennessee. And we've gone on to grow to a whole crew. Lights, I wish you could see the setup we have here. We have amazing wardrobe, stylist. Girl, we got so much going on today. We can't wait till next season because it's going to be fabulous.
It will be, definitely.
So we've had some amazing moments. And, I think we should take some time out and just kind of highlight some of our favorite times.
Let's do it.
Well, look, let me tell you, one of my favorite moments happened our first episode, our first taping for In Body and Spirit. We were at GMWA, and we ran into two of our favorite Sunday's Best contestants, Zebulon Ellis and Maurice Griffin. Take a look. Ebony Funderburk here with In Body, In Spirit. We're right here at the Gospel Music Workshop of America, and when you come to these events, you get to run into all kinds of people, I'm trying to tell you. And I'm standing here with Mr. Zebulon Ellis. Now, if you watch Sunday's Best Season 2, you're going to know this voice and you're going to know this face. Sir, why are you at GMWA? That's what we want to know.
Just to witness the glory of these shoes. Can we just see these shoes? God bless you. Just to witness the glory of those. Hallelujah. It's just one good, hallelujah. 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 And that's all we're here for. We can go home now. God bless you. How are you, Ebony? It's so good to...
Give me this mic back.
Okay, I'm sorry. We're supposed to be the other way around.
Yes.
I'm here to give God praise. That's all we're here to do.
Now,
I'm going to give you some energy.
you're going to get... Oh, gosh.
It's okay, don't worry.
She just got boosted.
No, you got to get in.
Welcome to In Body and Spirit. See, everything goes on here, honey. Let me tell you, everything be going on in the show. Well, those were hilarious. When Maurice pulled on my hair, I thought I was gonna go crazy. Okay. We have recorded in some favorite places of mine. We've had the mayor's office, Jazz and Jokes has been an incredible place. We've filmed at and the Stella Awards. Oh my gosh, a star-studded event. It was amazing. Dr. Fagans, what was some of your favorite times on the show?
I think one of the most memorable interviews was with Dr. G. Wesley Smiley, who's a dentist here in Nashville, and he has the Smiley Tooth Spa.
Oh.
And it was a very interesting and very informative interview. We talked about a lot of things that people don't know about their teeth. So let's take a look at the interview now. Good morning, I'm Dr. Shandana Fagans, and you're watching House Calls. Today we have on our show Dr. G. Wesley Smiley, and he is a dentist here in Nashville. He also has an office in Madison, and we're going to be talking to him today. Welcome to the show, Dr. Smiley.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. So tell me this. I want you to tell the audience a little bit about yourself, how you got started in dentistry.
Okay. I come from a family of dentists. My father was one of the original African-American dentists in Montgomery, Alabama. He started dentistry in 1950, so dentistry in my family has been around for a while. I also have two other medical professions in the family. I have a sister who is a physician in Memphis now, and I have a sister who works with me in one of my practices here. She's a pediatric dentist in Nashville. So dentistry has been in the family for a long time.
Okay, great. You have a dental office called Smiley Tooth Spa.
Yes.
So when I think of spa, I think of oasis, comfort.
Exactly.
So tell us about the tooth spa.
Well, being in dentistry for over 10 years now, I have learned that people do not really like the dentist. And the spa caters to anxiety patients, apprehensive patients. What we do is we provide a spa atmosphere. we have soft music, we have aroma, and things that soothe you. And we also do things like painless injections. We like to say that there's no pain at the spa.
How important is it for the patient to find the clinic that suits them, and what questions should they ask the dentist when they first go for the initial visit?
Very good question. There are a lot of different types of dental offices and a lot of different personalities with your different dentists. I think they should get a good feel for the dentist and see if it's somebody that they can talk to, and they need to be able to explain all of their problems with the dentist and see if he has the correct answers for them. They need to look for a clean environment, somewhere where they feel at home. In our clinic, we offer an array of services, but we don't refer out a lot. And that has been a very good asset for us, because a lot of people don't like to go to a dentist and he says, okay, well, you know, you're gonna need a root canal, and I'm gonna refer you to this other doctor, or you're gonna need surgery, and I'm gonna refer you to this doctor. Well, at the spa, we encompass the skills to incorporate all of those procedures, and so we don't refer out much.
So one-stop shopping.
One-stop shopping.
Okay. So why is it important to go to the dentist on a regular basis?
Well, your mouth is the portal for entry of all your nutrition of the body. And there are many diseases that can manifest themselves in the oral cavity. And sometimes dentists are called the first line of medical professions, because we can see things in your oral cavity that may manifest themselves in the body in other ways, and we catch them at an early time.
Okay. Well, at this point, we're going to take a commercial break, and we will be right back with House Calls.
Come visit Dr. G. Wesley Smiley at the Smiley Tooth Spa, where your teeth are royalty. We provide full-service dental care for all ages. Located at 500 Lentz Drive, Suite 70, Madison, Tennessee, 37115. We can also be reached at 615-678-1051, where your teeth are royalty.
Welcome back to the House Call segment of In Body, In Spirit. We were talking with Dr. Smiley of Smiley Tooth Spa. So, Dr. Smiley, how often should a person visit the dentist?
Well, you know, there's a saying that every 6 months a person should have a visit, but this is kind of was determined by insurance companies, because that's how often they're willing to pay for a preventive visit. But it's very person specific. Some people with different conditions need to visit once a month, and it can go from once a month to, some people are meticulous about taking care of their teeth. They can get away with going to the dentist maybe once a year. So it's just case specific. The most important thing is getting the person in to do a thorough evaluation.
At what age should you have your first dental checkup? Because when you think about children, their teeth fall out anyways, especially when they're toddlers and babies. Should a parent bring their baby to the dentist that has, you know, a little tooth that's going to fall out anyways, especially if they have cavities, you know it's going to fall out with differences.
That's very good, Doc. I get that all the time. Some people only bring their kids in when they have pain. What we recommend is that at 18 months, if nothing happens prior to that in the oral cavity that's a problem, at 18 months you should come in for your first checkup. Some babies are born with teeth in their mouth. And
really?
Yes, and those kids need to come to the dentist almost immediately so we can govern and facilitate the progress of their development. But at 18 months, it should be your first visit. And in our clinic, we cover from 18 months to 108 years.
Well, let's talk about implants. Do you recommend implants, and how safe are they?
Implants have come a long way. They're safer now. Implants, what people don't realize, it's sometimes 6 to a 9 month restoration. If you have a total edentulous ridge, which means that you have no teeth, like on your top arch or your bottom arch, then sometimes if you have a lot of bone loss, it is recommended for implants to retain a denture. But as far as single tooth space, I recommend bridges more because it's a much faster restoration and it's more reliable.
Okay. Now let's talk about fillings, because I know fillings are very common. People get cavities and they have the silver fillings, and then there's the clear fillings. What is the better filling? I guess they call them amalgams.
Yes.
That's the proper
Yes,
term
amalgams
for
have
it?
been around for a long time. They're the silver fillings, and some people call them black fillings because they kind of turn dark. And a lot of people want to change them to the new composite fillings, which are white fillings. Sure, we can do that. We sometimes have to explain to our patient that it can cause sensitivity. And actually, the amalgam old fillings, the amalgam is an alloy of metals put together, and that has been the most compatible to tooth structure that we have found. And they do tend to last a little longer than the white fillings.
So how is that different from gold crowns? Is that?
Well, gold crowns actually, a lot of people come to my office and say, you know, I've heard that these gold crowns are going to rot my teeth out. Well, a lot of people go to what we call chop shops in the malls and things, and they get the gold coverages. They're not done by professionals, and if it's not done right, yes, they will rot your teeth out. And the content of real gold in those alloys that these shops use are not higher enough percentage. But when you go to an actual practicing dentist and they put a gold restoration on your tooth, that's actually the most compatible to human tissue and the best restoration that you can find.
Okay, great. I know people use different toothpaste and you got different brands. Is there anyone that is better than the other? And you know, how important is fluoride in the toothpaste?
That's a very good question also, Doc. Fluoride is very important, and as a community, we have put fluoride in drinking water and fountain water to help with people's teeth. But however, everybody's gone to bottled water these days. And so bottled water doesn't have fluoride. And so they're missing out a lot. The important thing and what you should take away from this is that you visit your dentist. There are conditions called fluorosis and enamel degradation that are caused by too much or lack of fluoride, but only the dentist can determine that. And we will tell you what the regimen of fluoride that you need.
So if our viewing audience would like to get in touch with you and make a dental appointment, what's the best way to reach you? Where you're located, you know, your phone number, website address, Facebook?
Sure, you can reach us on the web at smiletoothspa@hotmail.com. And our office number is 615-678-1051. We're located off of Due West Avenue in Madison. We're in the Medical Dental Complex there. The address is 500 Lentz Drive, Suite 70. And we're taking new patients. And as a part of being on your show, which I really do appreciate it, we're offering to all the patients that come in and mention In Body and Spirit a free consultation.
Wow, you heard it. So if you go to Smiley Tooth Spa and mention In Body and Spirit, you'll get a free consultation. You can't beat that. This is the end of our segment of House Calls, and we will see you next time. Well, I hope you enjoyed that interview. It was very informative, and I'm sure you learned a lot about your teeth that you didn't know. We're going to go to a commercial break, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. And when we come back, we're going to go to our lifestyle segment. We'll be talking to Miss Marilyn Cathy. You may remember her from our May show, and she's one of the young ladies that I'm helping to lose weight. We did a 7-day fast, and we got that fast through Dr. Erlene Dotson. So she's going to talk about that and some of the things that she learned on the lifestyle segment. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Are you needing relief? Come visit Dr. Alicia Hall, Medical Director of Advanced Care Centers. We specialize in pain-free, non-surgical hemorrhoid treatments. Located at 2010 Church Street in the Baptist Mid-State Medical Building, Suite 526, in Nashville, Tennessee, 37203, where we truly have the gentle solution. Are you between jobs? Is your family protected from sudden income loss? Do you know what to expect with the Obama 2014 health plans? For free consultation, contact insurance broker Mara Cathy at Affordable Care Insurance, 1-855-630-6272, or email mcathy@ipafamily.com for lower cost on health, dental, and disability.
Welcome back to the lifestyle portion of In Body and Spirit. Again, you're here with me, Marilyn, and Chef Adrian Hill from Atlanta.
Hey, how you all doing today?
Adrian's gonna be cooking my favorite dish, which is cabbage, but he kind of took it up a notch and put vegetables in it so that I would get proteins and a lot more flavor instead of using salt and seasonings and meat, which you love in the South. So I just feel so blessed, and I ate it every day. And again, it was supposed to be a vegan fast, and I cheated a little bit. I ate cornbread, but I did hot water cornbread, and that means no milk, no eggs. So it was still within the guideline. Okay, Adrian, go ahead.
Okay, so here today, we're gonna have is a vegetable cabbage. It's gonna be like a sweet and spicy, like sauteed. And here we have mushrooms, portobello, because the portobello kind of gives it that that meat taste. And we have some onions, some garlic, some peppers, and some carrots. What I'm gonna do is just put a little olive oil in there just so it doesn't stick or burn. And then I always add the things that cook the longest first. So I'm gonna go with the carrots, I'm gonna go with the onions, the peppers, and then we're gonna come with the cabbage, and last we're gonna do the mushrooms because you don't want them to shrivel up or overcook and be mush. And I already have my pan heating up, and once again, you don't need a ton of oil in here because you don't want it to like deep fry either. So we can turn this up now.
Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about Embody in Spirit. Had the opportunity to visit with our honorable mayor, Carl Dean. And our mayor has invested a lot of money into Nashville. As you know, we're called the IT City. And in the investing of building an infrastructure, he said he could have focused just on buildings, but he really wanted to consider health because we're one of the worst states for obesity, and that includes children. So he's built a lot of greenways, bike shares. So I'm partnering with Mayor Dean, and what I'm gonna do is show that you can lose weight for free. In every zip code, he's made sure that there's something that you can use for free towards health. And I'm starting first in the 37208 zip code, which is Jefferson Street area. So as Chef D continues to saute and get everything done, we're gonna go out and look at that interview with the mayor. He's such a great man, and then come right back. And this should be all plated up and done.
I'm Carl Dean, the mayor of Nashville, Tennessee. The process in which I became mayor, I moved to Nashville in 1978 to go to law school at Vanderbilt. I grew up in the Northeast. And when I started working here permanently, I worked at the public defender's office as an assistant public defender, and I did that up until 1990 when I ran for public defender and was elected, and then was reelected in 94 and 98. In 99, I left being public defender to become the city's law director for Mayor Purcell. And I served in that role until January of '07, and I had resigned because I was running for mayor. And basically, I ran for mayor because I love the city, and I felt that I had some ideas that I thought would help keep the city moving forward. And I felt at that point in my life, if I was ever going to do it, this was the year for me to do it. And so I resigned and campaigned full-time, and then was elected mayor in September of '07. Well, the priorities that I've had since I ran for mayor and then after I was elected was really to focus on three things, which are public education, public safety, and economic development. We've also had a strong interest in quality of life issues in making Nashville a healthier city. So we have invested a lot in parks and open space, greenways, bikeways, making the city more pedestrian friendly. I've had a strong interest in the health of our citizens. That comes from sort of a realization that Nashville as a city ranks high in a lot of different areas, and I talk about that a lot. But there's an area that we don't rank high in, and we don't rank high as a state or as a city, and that's the health of our citizens. About 35 to 38% of our kids in Davidson County are obese. And when you realize that obesity is directly tied to heart disease, it's directly tied to diabetes, and it's tied to cancer, that we have an obligation to improve. We have to dramatically improve. And so that has been a major interest of mine for the past few years and will remain a high interest to me during the next couple of years. One of our goals for the city is to have Nashville be a more environmentally friendly city, and there's a lot of factors that go into improving our environment. There are things such as emphasizing recycling programs. There are things such as just encouraging people to be more environmentally conscious in terms of not leaving their car running, of turning off the lights, using more energy efficient methods of operating buildings. There's also building, which is important. When we build a building for the city, a city building, those buildings are built to LEED standards. And when I became mayor, there were buildings that were already under construction, and particularly the Howard School campus is a good example, the Fulton campus up there. We went back and re-engineered those so those would be LEED certified. You see that in the new convention center in particular. The new convention center is applying for, and I think will receive, LEED Silver certification. And we have features in that such as energy efficiency. We have solar panels in the top of the building, the whole field of solar panels. We have 4 acres of a green roof. The building, because of the green acres up there, does not have as much water runoff. The water that does run off the building, we save and preserve, and we recycle it to flush the toilets, to be used for irrigation around the building. So that is one of the most environmentally conscious buildings built in the city. And that's all part of it. Now, part of what we're trying to do in terms of preserving open space and parkland is, I think it's real important to encourage people to live healthier and to be active, but you've got to give them the places where they can get the exercise. You got to give them the opportunity to be outside and to be active. And so the Greenway program, which was really started under Mayor Bredesen, and each mayor has supported it, and our greenways have expanded, is a great place for people to get out and be active, walk, bike, run. Our parks, we have invested a lot in parks in order to create spaces where people can play games and, again, be active. And then we've been very conscious about creating open space. For instance, we just bought a bend in the river in the Donaldson area. That's, my position is we're not going to make any more bends in the river, and the ones that we can preserve as open space and natural space, we ought to preserve them that way, because it's good for the city's environment, but it's also good for future generations to have access to places that are not built up already. I don't think that an office holder gets to determine what their legacy is going to be. People will decide that on their own. But the areas that I've tried to work in have been in education, and we've worked hard to bring programs like Teach for America, the New Teachers Project. We created a charter incubator. We have funded schools at high levels, given the fact that we've been through a great recession during the time that I've been mayor. We have encouraged reform. I think that is vitally important. I'm particularly proud of our Limitless Library program that makes our public library books available to our kids in schools. That is probably the most important thing to me. I think that is the single most important issue facing the city of Nashville is public education. I'm very proud of the work we've done with public safety. We have invested a lot in our police department since I've been mayor. We've increased the size of it to where it's now the largest department we've ever had. We're getting good results from our police department. It's very well managed by Steve Anderson, the chief. I think that the leadership in the department is incredibly strong. I'm excited about the DNA crime lab that'll come online in the upcoming months, which will allow us to be even more effective, I think, in fighting crime. In economic development, I've always believed, even before the recession, that it's real important for cities to be places of opportunities where people can stay in the city and have jobs there and have opportunities for folks to get ahead. Nashville attracts a lot of people to Nashville, and they come here because they want opportunities. They want to succeed in life. They want to live the American dream. And so we've been very aggressive in terms of recruiting companies, but we have also tried to set up a climate which is pro-business. We've worked to make our codes department and other government departments more friendly to people who are trying to start up a business. We've made a major investment in ourselves in terms of this Music City Center, which is an enormous project that recently opened up. But that, you think about it this way, is that the hospitality industry and entertainment industry is the number 2 private sector employer in the city, about over 50,000 people. And we were not living up to our potential in that area, and the convention center was certainly needed. Nashville's a city that has been doing incredibly well in terms of attracting visitors, attracting conventions, and we needed to take advantage of that. And so those are the things that we've worked on. I think the type of things that last the longest, I would think, would be preserving a huge piece of open space. I mean, it'll be there forever, hopefully. And that is something that is passed on to generation after generation. I'm Carl Dean, the mayor of Nashville, Tennessee.
We're back with our beautiful taste testers, Jemiah and Asia, and the chef has plated it and it's just beautiful. So we're gonna let you ladies test it. Jemiah?
Hi, I'm Jemiah and this is Asia. Hello.
So I'll get out of the way.
All right, I'm excited.
You want this fork? Here you go. You want that fork? You can test off our plate. The meat, you want tilapia?
You want a big piece or a little piece? Go ahead, take it. How much? It's good. I want a piece. Oh, yes.
Is that a good, healthy alternative?
And the cabbage, what'd you think of the cabbage?
Butter cabbage. I do a lot of portobello mushroom when I go on my vegan meals.
It's good.
Thank you, Chef. Okay. Everybody, thank you so much for watching this segment with us of Lifestyles. This food is so blessed and highly flavored.
Well, guys, this is it. It's about to be a wrap. Our first season is coming to a close. It's been amazing.
Oh, it has been.
Has it been amazing?
It's been a lot of fun, too.
We should high-five each other for that.
Right.
You've got to join us next season. We'll be back here kicking it off. It's going to be bigger and better. We want to send a special thanks out first to our production crew. Ed Lamberg, Sam Baker, Ben Dunn.
Right, and don't forget our makeup artist, because she made us look beautiful, Asia Penix, and our celebrity chef, Chef Adrian.
We're going to send a special shout out too to our production assistants, Nevaeh and Jemiah Hayes.
Right.
And then also
Our producer, we can't forget our producer.
Right.
Kashiba K. Solomon.
Look, guys, I want you, while we're on break, please do hit us up on Facebook, Embody in Spirit. Hit us up on Twitter, @Embody in Spirit. And of course, you can always visit us on the website to check out some upcoming things, upcoming tapings, upcoming scenes, upcoming guests. It's coming all. It's all coming up. All right. We love you. God bless you.
Yes, and remember, during the summer, eat healthy, exercise, and when you come back a better you.
Love it. See you later.
Bye.